The story of Bel and the dragon. In the days of King Cyrus of Persia, there lived a wise and faithful man named Daniel. He served the king with honesty and devotion, but above all, he remained faithful to the one true God. Now, in Babylon, there was a great idol called Bel, which the people worshipped. Each day the king would present offerings of fine food and drink, believing that Bel consumed them. The priests assured the king that the idol was a living god, deserving of honor and worship. But Daniel did not bow before Bel. When the king asked him why, Daniel gently replied, "I worship not an idol made with hands, but the living God who created heaven and earth." The king, curious and eager for the truth, allowed Daniel to test the matter. That evening, after the offerings were placed before Bel, Daniel secretly scattered fine ashes upon the temple floor. The doors were sealed, and all waited until morning. At dawn, the king and Daniel entered the temple. The food was gone, and the priest declared, "See, Bel has eaten." But Daniel, with a calm smile, pointed to the floor. There, imprinted in the ashes, were footprints, leading to a hidden passage. The priests and their families had entered in the night and secretly taken the food. The king, seeing the truth, was saddened by the deception. In his wisdom, he commanded that the idol of Bel be destroyed, for it was not a god. The story of the dragon. Not long after, the people brought Daniel before a great living creature, a mighty dragon that they worshipped. The king turned to Daniel and said, "Surely, this is no idol of stone or brass. This creature is alive. Will you not now worship it?" But Daniel, with a heart full of peace, replied, "Great king, give me leave, and I shall show that this too is not a god." With care, Daniel prepared a simple mixture of pitch, fat, and hair. He offered it to the dragon, which eagerly consumed it. Soon after, the creature became weak and burst apart. The people, seeing this, grew angry and turned against Daniel. Daniel in the lion's den. Moved by the crowd's demands, the king, though reluctant, allowed Daniel to be placed in the den of lions. Yet Daniel remained calm, trusting in God's care. Far away, in the land of Judah, there lived a humble prophet named Habakkuk. One day, as he prepared a meal, an angel of the Lord appeared to him, saying, "Take this food to Daniel in Babylon, for he is in the lion's den." "But Lord," Habakkuk said, "I do not know the way." Then, in a moment of wonder, the angel lifted him by the Spirit and carried him to Daniel. There, in the lion's den, Habakkuk offered Daniel the meal. "Eat, my friend," he said, "for the Lord has not forgotten you." Daniel gave thanks, and after 6 days, the king returned, fearing he would find only silence. But when he looked inside, there stood Daniel, unharmed. With great joy, the king declared, "Truly, there is no God but the God of Daniel." Those who had accused Daniel were brought forth and cast into the den, and the lions who had been gentle with Daniel now turned upon them. From that day forward, the name of the Lord was praised even among the people of Babylon, and Daniel continued to walk in wisdom, always faithful to his God. Themes and connection to the Bible. 1. Faithfulness to God. Daniel remains loyal to God despite pressure to worship false gods. Exodus 23. 2. Exposing false religion. Similar to Elijah challenging the prophets of Baal. 1 Kings 18:21-40. 3. God's deliverance. Just as Daniel was saved from the lions earlier, Daniel 6, God again protects him. This story reminds us that truth prevails over deception, that faith is stronger than fear, and that God's protection is always with those who trust in Him.